Episode 106. Hello.
Hey.
Welcome.
Hello. It's me, Robin Williams, the least funny person of all time.
Pretty soon we'll be running too high in the episodes to be in a FM band, so it'll no longer be FM radio.
Wow.
Well, the episode can be whatever you want. Like, Howard Stern was on episodes that would be too high to be FM radio stations, but they were numbered thusly.
Wait, episode
in
that
such a way.
What episode that was too high? What was it? Episode 420?
Yeah, every episode of Getting Dug with High is the episode's too high.
That's insane. Those
podcasts are cool with like the typical weed celebrities when you can hear them smoking on the side.
They should combine Hot Ones and Getting Dug with High, and it should be called Getting Hot with Doug.
And they should be smoking hot peppers, out of a bong.
Yeah. And you have to fuck him.
Oh, I don't
Lost
know.
me.
That's the catch. That's why it's hot. That's what makes it hot.
I would just imagine that peppers would make it hot.
Bam Margera should have a show called Getting Drunk and High. Sorry, hope Bam gets better soon.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like I've said I hope Bam gets better like 16 separate times in the last 2 years.
Yeah, you're not praying hard enough,
and then he gets arrested for kicking a woman.
Wait, what?
It's like, all right, you're on your own, Bam.
Well, I still hope he gets better.
That's happened to lots of our favorite artists, though. Like, Akon did that, I think. Who did that most recently?
Akon picked up that 15-year-old girl and
he said sorry for that,
he simulated sex with a 15-year-old girl on stage, and he didn't. I guess you could argue he didn't know, but still, you shouldn't do that. And then there was a underage boy that came on stage just as like a guy rushing the stage because he was being stupid. And Akon picked him up and whipped him.
Yeah, he did like the Travis Scott mic stand thing with the kid, then threw him into the crowd.
He just whipped him into the audience. So those were the.
There was another recent artist.
For it. I threw you. Yeah, some artist kicked a lady recently.
No, there was another artist that got in trouble. One of our favorites, Ali Alexander. Now, what did he do?
Oh yeah, I saw a boomer lib call him Scammy Davis Jr., which I gotta hand it to him. That's pretty good.
That's good.
That's pretty good if you look at a picture of him.
I liked it.
Scammy Davis Jr.
Pretty good. It's like Talcum X with Sean King.
That person is on an oxygen tank, sitting at home, just thinking of those all day. But they hit a home run.
Yeah, they nailed it.
Do you ever see people share Sean King on Instagram, and it'll just be like a pretty good lib thing, and just have the urge to say, he's not actually black. Just ruin the illusion.
He's been canceled so many times. It's crazy that he's able to restart that shit, because if you go on Twitter and talk about Sean King or look him up, you find like 8 million black women saying, "Do not trust him. He scammed us. We hate him. Kill on sight if you see Sean King."
But on Instagram, like on woke Instagram, he's the man still.
Sean raises a lot of money for good causes. He's a really stand-up guy. I love him.
Josh Holm from Queens of the Stone Age kicked a female photographer in the head, and Miguel kicked a woman in the head.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah, we talked about the Caius guys and Queens of the Stone Age and how they're the least chill stoners ever because they're always freaking out.
People will forget about the Josh Homme kicking incident, though, because he's done much worse things since then.
Well, when I was in high school, I saw, not Theory of a Dead Man, it was Headley, who their singer is also a pedophile, and they were playing Grizzfest in Tumbler Ridge,
Headley
BC.
Is what Ned Flanders asks Maud for.
And he invited all the preteen girls that were on in the crowd getting excited for Headley to come on stage, and he's like, "But you have to dance if you're up here. If you're not, you're getting kicked off stage." And there's this one girl that was just up there standing or looking around, and he fucking Sparta kicked her off the stage, and she broke her arm.
God damn.
I don't think you can do that.
So fucking stupid.
And then a decade later, he was outed as a pedo. So
one of the first trolls I did on Twitter was when I think a girl passed out from dehydration at Warped Tour. And I got a thing trending that said the singer from Chelsea Grin threw a bowling ball into the audience. And it hit that girl in the head, and that's why she was...
The singer from Chelsea Grin, I'm pretty sure, had to post and say that didn't happen, or at least his fans were...
Yeah, I remember a lot of people yelling at you for that back in the day.
Yeah.
But it makes sense why a bunch of people believe that, because that kind of shit happened a lot, where the singer from a band kicked a girl in the face for no reason.
You know what, Alex? The year after you made that joke as well, I was at Warped, and I was I was with Every Time I Die and hanging out with them that day, and then I met somebody whose album came out this week, going up against Metallica for the #1 spot. Austin from Water Parks. He was like my Twitter mutual at the time, and his band was just blowing up. But now they're like, they sell out like the O2 Arena and shit.
Damn.
They're like pop punk type shit. Not my sound to listen to, but nice guys. But I got to tell him about that because Chelsea Grin was playing that day. I'm like, oh, look out for bowling balls. He's like, what?
Yeah, I remember being like a 13, 14-year-old and seeing those bands get big, like All Time Low and Blood on the Dance Floor and all those bands that now are like hard Me Too'd for like bringing 12-year-olds on their tour bus. And like knowing that was going on, but also there's like no evidence that it was going on. You're just like, doesn't everyone know why they're making this music? Like, why do you think they're making Blood on the Dance Floor?
God. Do you remember Johnny Craig was somebody whose penis I saw more than any man's by like 2011 because so many people be like,
he's dating that fat bitch Jenny, so he couldn't take it out at home.
We just saw Johnny Craig's band play and he sent my girlfriend a dick pic within 20 minutes of meeting her or something like that. Like, that's an average Johnny Craig type story. Just a guy that he's probably still doing shit though because you can't
was
get
he
canceled.
in a band?
Yeah, he was in I forget, it's one of those fucking, was it Amir? No, I don't think so. Hold on.
Amir, I think they kicked somebody.
It was he was Dance Gavin Dance's singer, duh.
Oh, okay.
Emarosa, not Amir. That's what I was thinking of. Emarosa.
Wait, didn't Dance Gavin Dance have someone that was canceled?
Island Glaciers later. Dance Gavin Dance had someone that died. So,
oh.
Yes.
I remember the only.
It's a type of canceling.
God style.
The only connection that I have with Imure is I remember.
Can't believe I mixed those up.
They referenced in lyrics the two of the songs on the self-titled Bayside album, track 8 and 9, and that's how I found out about those songs, which are two great songs that are incredibly problematic. Like if you want to get in the mindset of like hardcore guy grabbing his girlfriend's wrist, you want to listen to Evelyn and Don't Call Me Peanut. A piece of shit beanie guys just abusing their girlfriends. Two great melodies though.
The album before that and the album after that as well, just the whole idea. And there's so many songs from that era that I like still enjoy, but if I sit and listen to lyrics, I'm like, that's a skip. The fuck? I'm too old for that. I'm not considering like, whiny. Oh.
I googled it. Dance Gavin Dance welcomes back Tillian Pearson 5 months after sexual assault allegations.
Well,
that's not
Quote,
good.
we are a resilient group who's always
any of those bands.
who's always believed in redemption, and we see the hard work that Tillian has been doing. He stepped away from the band after a fan came forward on r/Dance Gavin Dance,
r/cringe,
accusing him of sexual abuse and manipulation.
Can we make a Wordle type game, but for your favorite band plus allegations? And then, like, you gotta guess this one. Like there'll just be an allegation. It just like shows the date, and you could guess like 3 letters, and you're like, That's so fucked. But like seriously, you could search almost any band with allegations, and you're gonna find something. Like if you think of bands from that era and be like, just think of random band names and search allegations, and be like, oh yep.
Well,
they got alleged.
It's crazy that these bands that attract like 13-year-old girls would,
Owl City's touring guitarist.
No, I know that guy. He's really cool. Just kidding. Kidding, everybody. I didn't know he had a guitarist.
Yeah, he was really cool to me when I was 13 and I was a girl.
Opeth had a bus driver that got busted for like child porn.
Whoa, man. I know, dude.
His name was Scotty Allen Day.
I think it was child porn. Opeth
Scotty
bus
Allen
driver. This was like
the dark
time
version
for the
of
cop. They
Allen
smelled
Day.
his feet. The canine units went over his feet and died.
They couldn't follow the path.
Police dog biting Scotty's feet and dying 2 hours later.
Him getting charged for that too.
Getting charged with possession of mushrooms because they're growing on your feet. I don't know how you grew these. They usually grow on dog
Scotty
shit.
getting arrested in Dubai for that. Oh no.
Yeah. Somehow you have the same sort of slime that's on those venomous toads that people lick. And we can't have you bringing that into Singapore, buddy.
This bus driver story is fucking crazy. He was sentenced to 25 years in prison. He said, police said a 16-year-old girl was found wandering the streets and said that the bus driver had flown her to Tampa from Michigan and had taken pictures of her to, quote, build a portfolio for her to become a model. But police said he videotaped himself having sex with the girl. Then he pleaded guilty to like child porn charges. And then the band had to release a statement. But it was just like the fucking bus driver. Like it's not like there's any connection
fuck
to the
that.
bit.
I'm not fucking with those guys anymore. Knowing that guy.
Yeah, just fire him.
Our bus driver on the last North American tour was arrested. Blah blah blah. Basically, we're appalled by the fact that we employed this bastard, and even more disgusted by his deeds. And obviously, we'll be much more detailed in our background checks for future employments.
Hey,
Damn.
fans, that's one
He did
bus
drive the
driver
bus,
we're
though.
not gonna think.
Like he didn't crash it or anything.
He owned his own trailer company that he was a drummer, playing with Ted Nugent and several other bands
Yeah.
in the 70s.
Okay, well, that explains a lot of it.
Well-known pedophile who has a song called Jailbait it's about jailbait.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Kid Rock cover that?
Seems
he
like
have his
something he
own?
would do. Like as a song or just like
Certainly made it his own.
Indeed.
Yeah.
No, hold on.
Either.
He's participated in the concept for sure. But yeah, I'm sure they're in the same exact demographic now. The people going to their concerts, it's the same people, so they might as well just have a band together.
No, I'm sorry. I was confusing it with Jailbait because that's what it's about. It's his song that was on Osmosis Jones called Cool Daddy Cool.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah, he's got some shit like that too.
Mac into this fat beat, bass pushing through my backseat. You know I got that gangsta lean. Hoes, they all adore me. I stop and they all swarm me to check out my fly gold rings. They treat me like the mayor because I'm the biggest player. Mac and all the honeys up here in the D, baby. You know
Man,
I do.
I always forget, like, that he started off as a white rapper. Because
Goddamn.
there's, like, everything you've heard from him since now is just
Oh,
like,
here-
I'm just a
here's the
country
lyric,
rock
though.
guy.
Joe C.
Oh, Joe C.
The
Yeah.
little guy says, now some people say my mind's blown. I'm cooling like a snow cone. On my cell phone, I'm paid G. Can't call me, just page me. Young ladies, I like 'em underage, see? Some say that's statutory, but I say it's mandatory.
I'm glad he's
Let's
dead,
cancel
dude.
Joe C.
We
Let's
did.
cancel him.
He had a God-style cancellation as well many years ago.
Joe C is 4 feet under. He's dead.
All right, Joe C.
You gotta bury little people closer to the surface because they're sure.
Have you guys
Because they're
ever
closer
heard?
to God. That's right.
Have you ever heard the Ted Nugent song "Kiss My Ass"? I got like real
Yeah.
into
No,
it when
I
I was
have
in
done it,
like
though.
6th grade, just because like it was a song about like it was called "Kiss My Ass" and it's cool if you're like 12. But I'm like thinking back of the lyrics, and this is a song we'd like to dedicate to Janet Reno called "Kiss My Ass." And then the chorus: "Kiss my ass, come on Janet, kiss my ass. How about Billary? Kiss my ass, how about
Nice.
Tammy? Kiss my ass, how about Larry King? Kiss my ass, how about Jesse Jackson there? Kiss my ass, how about the KKK? Kiss my ass, how about the Aryans, those Aryan Nation babe? Kiss my ass, how about OJ? And then finally, kiss my ass, oh, Courtney Love, I've got your hole right here, baby.
Oh. You know, this Ted Nugent guy doesn't seem agreeable.
It seems like a bit of a centrist, like hates the Aryan Nation and the KK, but
I've got your hole right here. So he's saying he wants her to fuck his ass?
Lick his ass or kiss it. She's kissing his ass.
Or that his ass is her pussy?
I've got your hole right here. I think he's talking about his own asshole.
I hate when Alex talks about sex words in his deadpan voice, or that his ass is her pussy.
I think it's that Ted Nugent's asshole looks like Courtney Love's pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I just figured out? We
Like
need to watch.
physiologically.
We need to watch on stream sometime or just on Patreon. The 2003-2004 show, Surviving Nugent,
Oh,
Ted
geez.
Nugent's reality
that'd
show
be
that was
good.
filmed at his ranch.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
People up here loved that shit, but I know it aired on it was like TNT or CMT or some shit.
Yeah, CMT. Ted Nugent. Oh, God.
I believe in animal rights. I let my dog hump on my shin. Well, I can take sexual choice, but not with the next of kin.
It was VH1 actually.
Oh, okay. That
Released
tracks,
October
actually.
5th, 2003. Dude, filmed in Jackson, Michigan.
I like when my dog fucks my leg, but I'm against incest, and that's my creed.
We had to take a detour off the freeway on the way to Chicago a few weeks ago through Jackson, Michigan, and it was just literally like this valley of nice looking woods, and then every other house had giant installed just to display it. Fuck Joe Biden and let's go Brandon flags. It's like, you guys are so cool. You're so cute. I love them.
I would knock on their door and ask,
What's
do
that
you know,
mean?
can you tell me what that means? FJB, what is that?
Hey,
what
I'm-
is Let's Go Brandon?
Hey, I'm woke and my car broke down.
I'm a wokey and my car just brokey.
Stupid fuck.
I don't know how to use a rotary phone because I'm millennial, but can I use your rotary phone?
Or
Can I text on it? Does this let you text?
oh shit.
It's been a tough week for our ops.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's been like a week where there's just been so many like damning bad things happening to everybody.
Yeah,
Like,
it's great.
Like Fat, he's losing some toes.
Well, I'm not happy about that. That's sad. It's just
Outlaw
gross.
did you guys talk about this last Thursday? Outlaw got banned from Twitch for a
Then
week.
he got banned,
A
yeah.
little bit.
Calling Alex a
bit.
He's,
slur.
I guess he's back.
Yeah, I think.
So it must have been less than a 7-day ban. He was like...
That was low priority for me.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Well, they're all
Well,
low,
he's
low
low
priority
IQ.
for me.
Yeah, the fact that I know he's watching every stream makes me not want to play his videos.
Yeah.
That's what
Oh,
I
yeah,
do.
no.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
gladly
why I
And he
never
wants
watch
us to
him
play
again.
is like... And also the shit he's making for us to respond to is so half-assed. Like that Mockery Thy Be, where he, like...
Yeah. Hey,
He
Outlaw,
called me a
suck
He
it.
doesn't
Karen.
play any of our video at all. He just says some random shit like, you're a fish.
You know why he doesn't play
what
the
are you
video?
talking about?
You know why he doesn't play the video? Because he's getting made
'Cause it
fun
makes
of.
him look like shit.
Because he's getting made
Yeah.
fun of the entire time, and he's finally
We're
realized.
reminding him that he's a fucking
It's taken
idiot.
him 3 years to finally realize I shouldn't play the parts where they're making fun of me.
Hey,
Yeah, they're
Outlaw.
funnier than me.
Hey, Outlaw, suckery my dick.
He's out of our weight class, like literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it
Hey,
always.
Tom,
always
find me a creator
better.
class next year. You just got to gain 300 pounds.
The
I
best
hit
was
myself in the head with a
the
hammer like 8 times and gained 300 pounds.
the best was the DM that he sent one of our viewers, listeners, Outlaw Pizza, Uneven Pizza, saying, I met you a tough time back in 2021. WFYM doesn't care about you, and they would never want to give you a picture or meet up with you. I hope you unsubscribe from them later on. He's doing this because he stopped being a patron for Outlaw.
Yeah, that's not true, by the way. I would have met up with Pizza when he was in Detroit, but I have not had my meds, and he knows that.
Yeah, and he hasn't been to Calgary. But yeah, I'll always take a picture with somebody if they were to see me and
give
wanted
them
a picture with
of
me.
you, he said.
Yeah.
Give you a picture of
I'll
me.
give you a picture of me.
Uneven Pizza, one day, brother, we will meet, and I'm going to give you an 8x10 of myself.
I
for your
have
wallet.
met many people that like have recognized me, and I've always been super nice to them. So
That's not what they said.
Outlaw's a piece of shit. Outlaw's a dumb motherfucker. No,
Remember,
I
man.
went to the Chapo show in last February in Charlotte, and I met a bunch of people. I've been here in this city, and people have been like, "Are you Tom on here?" And my first instinct is to say, "No,
I'm
I'm not. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking
I'm
about."
not on there right now, but yeah.
I met fans of ours at a clan meeting. We had to pull our hoods up.
Hey, it's me.
Do I recognize
too?
that voice?
Fat Klansman that walks around with his hood up because he's too high.
It's wet. It's too much.
Fucking red. Fanning himself with his racist literature. Oh, I do declare.
We used to have servants to do this.
So stupid.
It's gonna. Let's give me the next Spike Lee joint. Fat clams.
Fat
The
Klansman.
Fat Klansman's the bar I own.
The whole thing is just like
No, guys, come
Norbit
back.
gags.
It's ironic.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. We're making
It's
fun
an indictment. I'm saying it's bad.
of him. Having a
Anyway,
tall beer at the fat racist. It's all
Outlaw
time.
continues. Remember, man, I care about my fans. They don't give a shit about you. Anyways, man, I weigh 292 pounds and I've been losing weight. And remember, Deadly Outlaw loves his outlaw.
It's so
Signing out-
weird.
Signing out with my weight.
Also, if you
He's lying also. That's
Yeah.
not, it's like 350 by
well,
now.
also if you talk to like anybody who, because he does that.
gut was
with,
on the
like,
towel rack.
T-Con Tony always talks like he would always talk to T-Con Tony. And he'll always be like, and I weigh 270 now. He just like picks a random number and like at the end of every sentence is just like, it's a sign off. It's a signature.
He does a
I
random
weigh
number roll
280
between
now.
like 274 and 333.
Because
And
he's
whatever the number
tall.
is,
He's
yeah.
tall. And he's
yeah, he's
also
always
that
like
big.
hulking over everybody.
He's
Yeah.
bunched.
So he's not like, it's not like Cole Campbell where you're like, okay, maybe he is probably like 250, 260, but he's like 5'5". So
Yeah.
you're like, okay, that tracks that he could be like that
Cole
much
Campbell's
lower,
so
which I
dense,
don't
he could-
believe.
Cole Campbell
believe
could be like
Cole's higher than that,
2,300 pounds.
I know.
He's very dense.
You could roll him down a hill.
He's a black hole.
Yeah, he's like one of those little balls of metal that weigh like a fuckload. It's like you can't pick it up even. It's like because it's like this big.
He's made of bismuth.
He did post a very funny video where he bought like those shitty workout plates and just started doing like curls in his living room of like 10 pounds. And the video right before it on his story was him like showing off his gainer shakes.
Well, today he did like a 5-part story about the song Drops of Jupiter by Train.
Oh, he's still on that.
Yeah. He's talking about how it was like about someone's mom that died. He's going to do a cover on Mother's Day on his deck. And then he needs the clouds to clear up in Prince George so he can see the Milky Way and become inspired. He was like,
man. shout out to your mothers. They do everything for you. And it's like, Cole, yes, literally in your life, your mother does everything for you. You don't do a thing yourself.
Back in the atmosphere, drops of Jupiter in her
Well, I'm always amazed by the amount of effort that he puts into stuff while putting zero effort into it. Like he keeps upgrading his camera and shit and his karaoke stuff. And then he'll do covers that are less than a minute long. And he's looking at the lyrics on his phone and it's playing out of his phone. But he's like, I've got a 4K version of this now.
Just thinking about how he does stuff, the setup in his room feels like one day he's going to leave and slam the door to it and everything's going to fall down. Like his TV's going to fall off the wall, the other TV's going to fall off the table, his bed's going to flip up.
Yeah, if he mounted that stuff himself, that's coming down.
Well, he's not mounted himself.
That boy mounts as a pillow.
Yeah.
And me.
Yeah.
Well, and Alex.
Yeah, you're small white Bubba.
I'm small white Bubba.
What other ops suffered?
Oh, there's the carnivore chef guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy just finding out that I guess he just had no idea that you couldn't read his book. Yep. He was selling a book for $9.99 and you couldn't read a word of it.
Do you know what
you couldn't see how many cups of stuff to put in? You couldn't see the names of the recipes. You couldn't see the ingredients. How do you sell that as a product and just not know?
Well, he's lazy.
Is this the guy that said like he was like cooking something nasty and instead it looked like Chapo Trap House?
Yeah, he said his food that he was going to eat looked and smelled like us.
It smells. My food smells as bad as you guys do.
And so I guess he found our crap because of that one like butter video from YouTube of a Tom stream. I don't know. Like I just don't really know the lore.
I don't know. I don't know. So I mean, so on Fridays I've been watching him and like a lot of the carnivore, the butter people, because it's very gross and very funny to me. And
the butter people.
I think it was 2 weeks ago on a Freak Friday, and we put on like his carnivore beef stroganoff video, which I'll briefly describe for you. Instead of using noodles, he makes these like boiled chicken nuggets and uses those as the noodles. Yeah, I know, real gross. Fuck? And so as he's making like the coating for he's grinding up the pork rinds with the ground chicken to make the quote unquote noodles. And like he shows us this like mess and he's like, oh, it smells pretty bad, almost like Chapo Trap House. And then in the bottom corner he types out Chapo Trap House. So he's seen, I guess, me and making fun of him and his gross food.
You're Chapo.
And he got into his feelings and his response was, let me like whine about it to my followers.
Yeah, then he posted 2 days ago, I'll no longer respond to comments on YouTube. If you have a question, please message me on Instagram.
Well,
thank you.
I can explain that.
Are you triggered?
No
Snowflake?
one's really... So I read his book last Friday. It came out, I think, the 11th, when it was even supposed to come out like the 1st of April. So he was, again, late on that. And I was reading the book, and all of the text is just jumbled. Like some of the words are just like mixed together, so you couldn't even actually read it. Every single recipe, you could not tell how much of anything you were supposed to put in. Certain things were cut off, and then he's doing this thing, which I noticed early on, but it was just like weird, and I just thought it was because he was being lazy. But some recipes, he has this little blurb at the top, sort of like an intro about why he's chosen this recipe. Other recipes, he's not using it, right? And as I was reading the book more and more, I stumbled upon him switching between, imperial measurements and metric. And so he starts using, in one recipe, he uses grams and milliliters when he's using cups and tablespoons, teaspoons. So he clearly copy and pasted this. And then there's another one where he has a bullet point, and it's just one bullet point, one parentheses, and it says, mix them all together. And I realized like he's just copy and pasting. And any recipe that does not have like this little blurb about why he's creating it is like clearly just copy and pasted from some other like carnivore website or whatever.
So he's no better than Benny Johnson.
That's right.
This
so
is
lazy, he can't
this is
chew
Kindle
bread.
only.
It's physical
for the
copy
record.
now. It's physical now.
He did put out a paperback recently, but for when this was released, it was Kindle only. So
Yeah.
this was the only way you could read this. And the Kindle version was so scrambled that you just can't read it at all. And he didn't check. And then I guess what happened was someone left a review.
Someone left a
anonymously that,
1-star review.
It was like a real review. It was like clearly someone who watched us, but it looked like a real review, and it was all true stuff about the formatting of the book. And so he saw that, and I guess that was. He had no idea prior to that you could not read this book that he put out under his real name.
Moron.
And so he posted on his Instagram story screenshots of him fixing it. And he still didn't fix a bunch of it because even in his fixed versions, I could see typos in it.
Yeah, his example of
Just
the
his one
fixes.
picture of the fixes.
Well,
yeah, I could see typos in it.
He actually posted today on Facebook that he's still fixing it and hopes to finish it by the weekend.
Awesome.
You got to do
Fucking
that before you publish
goddamn,
your
dude.
book.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because
It's not like he got an advance and there's a deadline
He
from
did. He got
well, he
$3 million.
did.
Simon
yeah,
and Schuster.
60% of it funded on Indiegogo.
Oh yeah, he did get an advance, but it's people who are
Yeah, dumb enough to give him money.
Deserve to be scammed.
Yeah.
Well, that
Of
was the other thing
course.
too. Is like he's a great big fat guy, right? And
Yeah.
that was one of his things. Is like he works in a restaurant and is like tempted by all the delicious treats all day,
Aw.
and he's doing the ebook, so hopefully he doesn't have to work in a restaurant. And yeah,
Well, someone who's related, not related to us actually, like messaged him on some site, I don't know, some social media site, and said like, if you've been doing carnivore for this long, you'd think it'd be working, right? Like it's obviously not working. And then
I think it was someone on the carnivore hashtag.
And so he posted this weepy little story about how, it's so hard. I work in the kitchen and it's stressful and I'm not always on top of it, but I'm doing my best. And I'm not a doctor. I'm a chef. It's right there in my name. I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you what's great for you. I can't tell you what to eat. I'm just a chef.
I can
who's
just
trying
tell
to
you
make
that
food good.
I can just tell you the diet that's keeping me fat.
Yeah, right?
Also, are you stealing food, bro?
Yeah.
You're like 40 years old. You're stealing food from your
it sounds
job
like
all day.
Sounds like your occupation is thief.
You shouldn't be saying that you're doing that.
Mrs. Guild, please.
If you're a line cook, you should not be on your Instagram under your real name saying, I'm just so fat because of all this free food I get from the place I work at.
It's so funny to be that way. God.
But also, you're selling a diet book.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm so
you don't,
freaking
like-
tired. I work at the mattress store now. All I do is lay down.
Like, if it's fine if you're not losing weight. Most people are not losing
it's
weight
fine.
or they're just maintaining weight. But you're selling a diet plan and using yourself as the person, as the example.
Okay, if you want to look like him, though. Yeah.
I mean, the before and after are the same thing, and you're asking people to pay you for it. It's crazy.
That's what it makes me so angry about like him and like a lot of these guys, especially. It's just like they're selling this bullshit fucking diet and telling you, it's healthy, it's so good for you. Look, like it's doing so many wonders. All these nutrients and meat, you can't get that in lettuce, you can't get that in broccoli, and it's like, look at you, look at a mirror.
Do you know what's the equivalent of? It's the equivalent of me saying like, Aaron, prepare to get some DMs from me because I'm thinking about getting back into my fitness and I want to start like bodybuilding, but then I start doing like immediately like the stupidest shit, like doing like GoMad and CrossFit only or something.
Hell yeah.
Just
Fuck
destroying
yeah.
my fucking shit. But then also being like, I need to write a book about this.
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks in.
like putting a book on Amazon and you immediately tear your ACL.
Yeah.
My
These are
2-week
like,
workout journey.
This is my 1 week memoir of working out.
My trip to Planet Fitness.
Fuck.
Doing GoMad so cool.
That is so. Oh god.
I did it when I was 18, but with chocolate milk
I do it by
because I didn't
accident
like
all
the
the time.
taste of regular milk.
So gross.
I guess I
Doing GoMad
used to
by accident. Oh, I could do that. I just gotta stop drinking a gallon a day.
in
Only
college. They had a chocolate milk dispenser,
Mhm.
so I would drink like 2 glasses of chocolate milk
one. I would drink.
because it's free. And
Talk
like,
about stealing from work. When I worked at the schools, I would drink like 8 of those little cartons like a week. Just stealing little chocolate milk cartons are so good.
When I worked at the gym, there was 2 other trainers there that got into a bet as to who could gain more weight. And one of the guys was like, I don't know, he's probably like 190 pound, but he was vegan. And like he did MMA stuff, and like
that's what
he
a lot
also
of guys
had,
do when they get out of the Air Force too, Aaron.
he had like celiac disease, so he couldn't eat wheat, but he was also like completely vegan, so he had like a very restrictive diet. And then the other guy was like a pretty terminally online Korean dude who weighed like 155 and was into Olympic weightlifting. And he was like, I guarantee you I can gain more weight as like a percentage of body weight in 2 months. And they had this bet, and like a bunch of us started doing like prop bets on it and gambling on who we thought would weigh more. And I joined the team of the Korean guy, and we enabled the fuck out of him, and we're like, dude, you have to do go mad. Like that's the only way you're going to be able to catch up to him. You have to do go mad. Like your metabolism's so fast, like you're such a hard gainer. And so he was also lactose intolerant. That's why I bring up that he's Korean, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't the percentage kind of...
So he just fucking would take a lactate pill every day at work and then drink a gallon of milk. And then he also had he also had weight gain powder, and I would like sneak extra weight gain powder into his shakes when he went to the bathroom or whatever.
Even if you're not lactose intolerant, you should probably take a lactate pill before drinking a gallon of milk.
Yeah. And
we just Regina George the shit out of this Korean kid.
It was pretty funny too, because the vegan guy was obviously horrified at what he was doing, and like you're gonna saying how unhealthy it is or whatever. And he's just very
cows they had to kill for this milk.
He'd say very matter of factly, you too could drink this with the power of science, and then like shake his lactates at him and smirk. And the bet eventually got called off because my horse in the race got really sick and lost all the weight he gained in like a week before the weigh-in. And then the vegan guy cheated and started eating meat again. And he like instantly gained a shitload of weight very easily, and like
he started eating ball bearings.
We got weight in the man.
I was actually planning on cheating if they did a proper weigh-in and like tying weights to my guy's inner thighs.
Yeah, we were gonna try to get this Korean guy to swallow a bowling ball.
The guy from Chelsea Grin was there to feed it to him.
That's what I would do. I would just put a bunch of ball bearings into my belly button and try to weigh 5 more pounds.
I just wouldn't shit for a week.
Got weights in his belly button. Fuck, that'd be so funny.
Just me looking sheepish. My shoulders are slumped over. He had weights in his belly button. We knew it. We caught him.
So stupid.
I think I would get my hair wet.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah,
if I had to weigh in, I would get my hair wet.
Have a big fake nutsack on your regular nutsack with like some like cue balls in there or something.
Truck nuts.
You have like a fake nutsack coming out of both pant legs. You can see.
Put in like 10 shirts on.
I got 2 nutsacks. My twin died in the womb.
Yo, I got quadruple.
My twin died out of the womb.
Yeah, he gave me his nuts and his womb will.
His womb will.
Just like Elvis's twin gave him his talent and his womb will.
I was telling
Elvis was eating good in the womb, man.
The other day, a bunch of Europeans in my chat didn't know about Forrest Gump. Elvis learning how to dance from a cripple kid. Hey, do that little dance again. That was pretty cool. Like, that's such a funny part of the movie. Like Elvis,
every part of that movie is so fucking funny. Elvis learned his little
shuffle dance from the cripple kid, just doing a jig in the corner. Oh, it's so cool.
It's a much better movie if you just assume that he's lying.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Like there isn't. It's not like even in the fictional context. It's just
way funnier.
This intellectually impaired man at the bus stop just fucking lying.
Yeah.
I love
just making shit up.
He just worked at the bowling alley the whole time. He's never left his house.
Yeah, he's never been anywhere. He wasn't in Vietnam. He didn't meet anybody.
I do love like the first time you watch that as like an adult after seeing it for like when you're like 10 years old. You're like, oh wow, this is so cool.
You're like, wow, this is
and then you're like,
stupid.
Wait a minute, this is fucking dumb as hell. This
it's incredibly fucking stupid. I think part of it is that when you're 12, it's probably the first time you've heard Creedence Clearwater Revival or Jimi Hendrix or some shit like that. So you're like, this is awesome.
There's 2 things that I thought was cool about it. I remember specifically when I was a kid. One, it was sort of a Ready Player One for kids learning history.
Yeah.
Like, I know that.
Yeah, it's like Boomer Ready
Definitely.
Player One.
Yeah.
Here's all
And
your
then-
stuff.
Yeah, the things. But then also, I thought him getting away from his bullies by running fast was very cool because I was a huge pussy at the time, and I ran from all fights like that. So that was very relatable.
Yeah, if you aggro someone, you got to kite them if you have a lower level.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just great being like a 10-year-old kid who likes history and just being like, I know why Richard Nixon wasn't president anymore.
Yeah.
Wow.
I heard the song Gump by Weird Al before I saw the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was
heard
lumped
the
by
song-
the presidents of the
yeah.
United States of America as parody, and it's just Forrest Gump.
I heard Gump before Lump, which like a lot of Weird Al songs that depending on what year you were born, you heard a majority of Weird Al's parodies before you heard
White
the real
and
version.
nerdy.
Oh yeah.
Wait, you heard White and Nerdy first?
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
heard this
That one-
turtle,
that one I
boy.
definitely heard of the
Holy
original.
moly.
I'm just
But,
playing.
I know.
But Gangsta's Paradise, probably.
Oh, not me.
Yes, Gangsta's
Nah.
Paradise.
I might have heard it on TV or something, but
I had
before
young
that,
parents
but-
though, so that makes a difference.
that would make
too.
sense. Maybe
Uh,
even Bad by Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, I probably heard that, but also, I every time I heard Bad after that, it was Fat, no matter what. God, I'm fat. Also, the video for Fat's one of the funniest videos ever made.
I
It's
heard.
awesome.
I
They
think I
completely
heard.
recreated the original.
I think I
Yeah.
heard like a surgeon before I heard like a virgin.
Yeah, that the type that like the old ass ones like that, especially like any James Brown shit, definitely.
Yeah.
My this here Anakin guy.
Yeah.
Maybe Vader someday later, but
Oh, I
it's
already
a
knew
small
American
fry.
Pie. I knew
Yeah.
American Pie
I knew American
really
Pie
well
because
by
my,
then.
my mom.
I knew
loved
the
that
song from the
but-
movie.
That was one of those songs I call a Saturday song, where you just hear while you're doing chores. Yeah.
One of the worst songs ever written. It's so
Yeah.
goddamn stupid, and he likes to say in interviews still, like, I'm not going to say what that song's about.
He doesn't
And it's
know.
clearly just about Buddy Holly. It's about you reading the newspaper in 1957, you dickhead.
No.
Oh, it's so deep.
Damn.
Also, that the music did not die that
we got
day.
a certified Henley.
Oh, we
hater.
lost the Big Bopper. We
Music
lost the
died
Big
that day.
Bopper. We're not going to have rock and roll anymore
And
without
they
the
didn't.
Bopper.
Look at the world now. We don't have rock and roll anymore.
Yeah.
That's true. The Wokies took
Only
it.
have rap
Why
and
call him the
country.
Bopper anyway?
Oh yeah, that's the other one. I guess like it's not like it's not bad like the carnivorous dude and the clout law, but AR-15 discovered he's bi.
No, that's old.
That's very
Yeah.
old.
No, it's old, but like it was discovered
2021.
recently.
Oh yeah, there was an old TikTok. He's got all these weird sexual TikToks, and there's one where he says he's bi, which I guess he's not anymore.
I think that was because he was trying to get attention of the women he was doing duets with, thinking that
I think that was it.
Oh, really?
they'd be like, "Oh, they're gonna check me out because they're gonna see I did a duet
I'm
with them."
sensitive.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah, because he's a very impressionable guy.
oh,
It was
absolutely.
actually a crazy TikTok too, because he's like, and I just don't see any women ever wanting me. But if a man wanted me, then maybe I would, something with a pulse. Then I wouldn't die alone.
yeah.
Then
we need to
that's
send
pretty
him
much it.
Devin
It's
the
like,
selfie slut.
sheesh.
Get his cock suck.
Yeah. Devin would be a nice
Yeah.
Nebraska hole.
He was
Maybe
getting
a-
yelled at again this
Devin?
week. Not Devin.
Oh,
No,
thank God.
AR.
Oh yeah,
AR, yeah,
because he
because
quote
he
tweeted
was,
the
yeah,
Krasenstein.
he was quote tweeting the Krasenstein, saying something about like it was like a picture of I think Hunter Schafer and then a trans man that's like super mask, and said like would you want this? Would you rather have this person in the women's room or this person in the women's room? And AR-15 was like, I think they should piss and shit outside because they're freaks. And then he got like 20 quote tweets and people just posting his picture at him and saying like, if I looked like you, I would kill myself, and you look like a pedophile, and all this other shit.
Pretty good, and it looked like pretty organic too.
Also, when a Melanie Mac video drops, I go and look at who did donations and just give him shit in the comments.
Oh yeah.
And Melanie Mac has to delete them, but it takes her like an hour, so I know she's seeing it.
Awesome.
AR just tweeted a little bit ago, I really should have done bare belly progress photos. I'm actually starting to see results. I pray to God he starts doing
Yes.
bare belly.
Bare belly photos.
Because we'll
yeah.
be sending those back and forth. Oh my goodness.
Would it be really funny if he popped his shirt off and he had a swastika on his pec?
I wouldn't be surprised.
No,
That was
me
my
either.
American History X phase.
That's what you took away from it.
Just
Yeah,
imagine him.
I only saw the first half hour.
Imagine him serving with no shirt on. With his
He's
little
always
hand.
serving.
I know.
He
His
used to
little
post
hand.
the nastiest shit on TikTok.
Oh,
man.
it was gross. I was you sent that one, and I was recording Clanecast today, and then I just stopped stopped paying attention to what they were saying and started rewatching them, and they're so good.
Let me see if I can find it. There was one where
I really love his TikTok account. I don't they just bother me, and I got enough fucking freaks that are just always mad at me, so I don't want to watch them while I'm streaming on a Freak Friday.
Yeah,
but I kind of do.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Because I have enough of these guys that are always just getting mad at me. Oh.
Alex just reminded me of one of the most annoying things. The guys who take that type of shit away from those movies like American History X, like when neo-Nazis like it, and it's like, why is it your favorite movie, you dumb fuck? Because it's seriously like, I turned it off after 20 minutes or something. Yeah. But I like to imagine a guy who remembers Fight Club, it's just being about a fight club, and Brad Pitt trains Edward Norton to become a fighter. Make up an ending, yeah, and at the end he fights Dolph Lundgren's character, who's the best fighter in the Fight Club. He ends up beating his ass, and everyone cheers.
They blow up buildings, and it's fucking badass.
Fight Club 2 comes out soon.
Fight Club 2.
Hopefully.
My uncle joined the army because of Rambo.
Oh, what?
That'd be a good Twitter display name, guy hoping for Fight Club 2 still.
No,
it was in 1982, so
I was going to say,
matter,
Rambo 2, or...
That's crazy.
Yeah, which Rambo?
Yeah, because it gets a little bit more.
I assume it was Rambo 2 where he goes overseas. But if it's I guess if it's the first one, it's it would be good because if it was the first one, because it would mean you were killing your commanding officers. But the second one is where he goes overseas.
It's insane to walk into a recruitment office and be like, yeah, I just watched Rambo. I need to get over there.
Actually, never mind.
That must be most of the guys. It's not that anymore, but it's
yeah.
So here's my KD in COD.
Well, that's my roommate in college joined the military because he loved playing Call of Duty so much. He was like, I'm so good at Call of Duty, I should join the military. And then he got a girlfriend who was in ROTC, and he was one of those guys who just whatever his girlfriend was into, that's his fucking thing.
His new thing.
The first semester he had this Christian girlfriend. And he was like, Tom, do you want to go to church today? And I was like, fuck off. And then second semester, he had a girlfriend that liked to drink and party. She was like, oh, let's go to parties together. And of course, I like to do that. So sure. And then after that, it was just yeah, she's in the
And then she got into sex, and he kept asking Tom, do you want to have sex?
By the way, Tom, classic lazy Catholic move right there. Having a non-denominational Christian friend after you've stopped going to church years ago, them being like, you want to go to church? She's like, no, I can't, man. I'm Catholic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Church of Christ, dude. I'm Methodist.
I distinctly remember asking him if he was joking at first. And then he was like, no, I'm serious. We're going to go. It was a Wednesday night. And I was like,
that's so fucking funny.
I'm cool, man. It's fine. Do anything else.
That sucks when people do that. Just I got to mirror you.
Yeah.
Nice interests. Mind if I have them?
Yeah, that never works. And then you just have a trail of past interests.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of incomplete shit that you didn't actually like.
Yeah, shit all around your house, and then you have to explain it to a partner. Oh yeah, that was the shit that I pretended to like for my ex 3 X's ago.
Yeah,
and then that was the one 2 X's ago. That's when I got into snowboarding.
Because it's not like you just start liking what they like. That's totally different, totally fine.
Yeah, it can happen organically.
Yeah, totally. But it's just you just are just this guy had never gone to church once. His family, his younger brother was my younger brother's age and really good friend. And they hung out all the time, and I hung out with his younger brother all the time afterwards. And you're just yeah, man, he's just changed. He's just strange. He just anytime he likes a girl, he just finds one thing about her, and he's yeah, that's what I am now. That's cool.
You have your pile of all of your past interests of your exes, and there's a base that's painted with a Kekistan flag.
Yeah. My Push the Rock t-shirt.
A NASCAR skateboard for some reason.
Can we hook that guy up with a black girl and see what he does?
That'd be great. I don't know what he's doing now. I haven't talked to him in 10 years.
Oh, like how Chelsea used to become the race of her partner?
That's I knew another girl.
Awesome. People do that with AAV and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And
and I was talking to Jake.
You didn't talk like this 2 months ago.
I was talking to Jake because Manchester is very similar to this area of Akron called Kenmore, where a lot of my friends grew up, and I used to hang out there when I got older. And we knew this girl, and she was nice enough, but she was a boyfriend chameleon, and she was dating black guys, and she would wear Air Force Ones, and she would speak in AAV, and then she broke up with him, Then like
That's
2
so
months
weird.
later, she was dating just a redneck Kenmore guy, and she's wearing like cut off jean shorts and
Oh
boots.
my god.
His camo hoodie.
Then yeah, exactly, camo hoodie, and then going to the
Pink
summer
Realtree
concert,
camo, Browning
the
hat.
summer like week long country concert, and it was just so funny to just like look at her and be like, okay, like what are you doing? Are you just like constantly like?
No offense to anybody that went to that shit, but man, it was always the dumbest people out of all of my friends that were like, oh, blah, blah, blah is this weekend. And it's some country festival that they all go to like
Ugh.
just play in the mud for 2 days and like enjoy the fucking flies biting you at night.
Yeah.
I don't like that those like people get their cars dirty and they get dirty.
Yeah, it's
don't know.
it's in July, so the fucking hottest time.
I'm not
of
a
the
fest guy
year.
anyway, man.
No, definitely not a fest.
All there to me is like uncomfortable, nowhere to sit except your hot tent and cops everywhere. Like, cool.
Mhm.
Sounds
Like
fun.
I
when,
grew up in a
uh,
town of like 200 people, but I don't like sitting in the back of a truck and getting eaten by mosquitoes and drinking warm Bud Light. That fucking sucks ass. That can
That's-
suck me from
yeah,
the back.
I don't mind like high school activities like that, but you just
Yeah.
gotta stop at some point.
Yeah,
That stuff you do when you got nowhere to drink those beers.
My entire adult life, I've been so pissed off when I'm hanging out with a group of people and they want to have a fire in the backyard, because that was like the entire high school experience is like in a small town. Every party is by a fire, like out in the bush somewhere where they're burning
Yeah, what else do
pallets.
you do?
And I'm like, no, I like have a house now. We can go inside. We don't have to be kicked out here. But I think like if you're from a city, it's more
Yeah, that's why
sexy.
people go to Burning Man.
yeah.
like
It's all their fires out in 1 day.
my grandma lived up in like northeast Ohio near the lake, and she had like 11 acres, and we would just have fires out there. So it's nice to have like a fire, but I get it. I wouldn't
Yeah, if
want
you're
to.
doing
If I
it
did
every
that,
weekend, you would.
like I wouldn't want to sit in
It's
my
like being at
friend's
the end of a
basement.
camping trip. You're really sick of the fire at that point.
Now that I'm in my 30s, I wouldn't want to sit in my friend's basement and play beer pong on a dirty floor using
No?
beer in the cups, and then also taking turns putting on boxing gloves and just punching each other in the arm until like someone gives up.
Do you know what was
So,
my
I
favorite,
get it.
Tom? Being at a party like that, where at some point you're just kind of walking around tunnel vision drunk and like almost
Mhm.
blacking out, and you're sort of trying to find food, but maybe like someone's rolling through with some hot and readies and you're eating that. And then someone's mom just walks out like all bleary eyed because she's sleeping. And she's like, hello. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
There's adults in here.
Just
Bunch of
falling
underage
asleep.
drinking kids.
Yeah, falling asleep in the living room and like waking up at like 5 a.m. to their parents, like getting up and getting ready for work, and being like, oh, I guess I could go too. I think I'm sober enough to drive home.
I don't really care if it was just like, I would just act like I'm sleeping or whatever, or ignore it. But the worst of it is like the really nice parents that were like, hey, you guys want breakfast? It's like you're burping up whiskey and you're like, I went to bed an hour ago.
No one ever gave us breakfast, but I mean, everybody was like nice
Fuck
enough.
yourself.
But then, like, I mean, we were just like shitheads, and the houses we partied at was because like their parents literally did not care. So I'm not even sure they
we already had
ever
a podcast
made.
about that recently.
Yeah, they ever made breakfast for
kids.
their kids. Yeah, it wasn't clean, but it wasn't dirty, but it was just like, you know, I probably
No,
wouldn't
I
have
get it.
Unloved.
Yeah, very unloved.
Actually,
Just
more like
dusty.
loved.
Just
I know
just
what you mean though.
the dusty house, not the dirty kid house, but the dusty house.
They're the fun parents that also don't do chores.
Yeah, I was the dusty kid.
Yeah, we don't make our kids do chores. We're the fun parents. We also don't do them.
I think
I
they
would
were
do
just.
the dirt off my shoulder thing, and it would actually cause an air quality issue.
I think they just worked too much, and then like their kids were too old, and they just
Yeah,
like, can't do
yeah,
chores anymore. So
I understand.
like you can't be like, okay, let's let this like 18-year-old boy decide how to like leave our house, because he's just gonna be like, well, I don't ever have to do anything again. Great.
Snow day forever.
No chores
man.
anymore.
That's a dangerous way to be, because you could do that for 12 years and become lingual.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Yeah, you can get
Yeah,
lingo.
He works for his
Yeah,
grandpa's
school
security
is
company.
canceled.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
works for
so-
Social Security Inc.
he's a social
Yep.
security worker.
He runs the social media for his grandpa's social security company. Social Security.
It's weird that he's not donating to Melanie Mac this time.
Oh, when he was
I wonder
talking
if
about
May
trying to
1st
buy-
comes around if he's gonna
when he was
suddenly
talking
buy
about
20 more T-shirts.
trying to buy the shirt. Oh, it won't go through. And the lady was like, oh, that's weird. What happened? He's like, that just looks my card that got declined. Guess I'll have to wait till the next payday.
Fuck, god
Hey,
damn.
I
first-
love,
of the
how
month.
I love how I post shit like that, but then also it's like, I got 170 acres and it's all mine. I love living out here in this wilderness.
I love my choice of living out here.
Spike, that guy who lives with Fatty, like he looks like an alien, and he's always vaping from like a huge vape mod that looks like an assault rifle.
Spike is a guy that you're gonna see in some 4 million view interrogation video, and it's like he didn't know the camera was on. Like
he lives with Fatty, and he said one of the funniest things, which was that
so good. I can't even say it.
They were talking about the new strawberry milkshake at Wendy's, and he was telling Fatty, who's like has a bandaged foot and isn't supposed to walk medically, bro, when payday comes, I'm gonna have to ask you to give me a ride to Wendy's.
They're saying how good the shake was. He's like, man, that does sound good, man. I'm to ask you to give me a ride once payday hits.
Yeah, you're pre-scheduling, asking someone else to give you a ride for free for payday. So you
get Wendy's. Oh my god!
You can go to Wendy's,
so
and he doesn't,
dire.
and you can just get DoorDash. But he wants to. He's the perfect gas station guy who's like always. Somehow he always has like 20 gallons of vape juice in 3 different vapes in all of his cargo pants pockets. But he never has enough money for an Uber.
Spike's got a screenshot of trying to find an Uber at like 5 in the morning. It says no cars found. He just pulls that up every time. He's like, damn, ain't nothing around here.
Can I get a ride?
It's called a Uber. Hey, can I get a ride from you? My Uber.
And they're in Toronto, so it's not like there isn't even public transportation.
Yeah,
like you couldn't get on the bus or something. They're just, those people are just, they're meant to be like sitting around in a public space just saying like, yep, and asking people for rides to a different public space so they can ask for a ride back.
Spike is
That's
like
just what they do.
He's like pre-programmed too, like he can't learn anything new, so he's gonna get that ride from Fatty and not buy Fatty anything. He's like,
yeah, of course not.
I'm here for me.
Yeah, he's gonna walk in by himself and come out with
he's
one
not supposed to
shake.
have it because he has diabetes now.
I like
What does that matter?
The idea of them like bargaining rides for like they're trading like rides in the future. Like I'll trade you a first round ride next year for like 2 third rounds this year.
You've got IOUs, you start using them as currency in the house. Just a bunch of people who always need a ride to the gas station to buy Takis at 3 a.m.
Fatty's house is doing hardcore WoW in real life. Can't use trade, like level whatever. Can only use things you find or create. And then once you are like max level, you can only trade with other players. You're not allowed to use any money at all. Like, so fucking funny. Oh, and they're always cutting it close. Like, I mean, Fatty's already sitting around at 20 HP all the time.
Mm-hmm. They really are playing like on hardcore mode.
He's like
anything.
an NPC that's kneeling like away from town that you have to go as a low level healer. You have to go heal him for like a quest like early on to show you how to do things. He's just laying there on like a riverbank, like 1 HP.
Playing Fallout 4 on hardcore mode, like they just have to like keep trying to like scrounge for food and vape juice.
He has a lot of radiation damage.
Yeah, they can't go anywhere. They're like, oh, it's dangerous outside. The ghouls are gonna get me. I don't have fast travel unlocked.
He like making it Rust House in real life, but there's no door. He just 4 walls it and roofs and just lays there. Oh yeah.
In hardcore mode, if you have type 2
anywhere.
diabetes, you're not allowed to take insulin or have a glucose meter. So
if he
It's really
finds it, he's
tough.
allowed to take it. He has to find it. Oh yeah.
He was pissing me off so much on his stream yesterday because he kept doing this thing,
How
like
is
you
he
know when
pissing
people
you
are
off?
like,
yeah,
like people.
I haven't watched one of those fucking things in a year, dog.
Well, he started streaming again.
Yesterday.
This is the first time in like a year that he streamed 2
True,
days in a row, and I just had to have it on because I was like editing podcasts
I
and stuff.
had to for my job.
I had to for my job, and he kept saying like, you know, the routine people do when like a dad gets sick and he keeps getting up and trying to do stuff, and they have to sit and like, no, you have to rest.
Yeah.
He was trying to do that and saying like, oh, the doctor told me not to walk, but it's just really hard for me to see Amanda working while I'm just sitting here. And I was just like, what?
It's hard to. It's hard to. You know why he said it's hard to see it? Because there's a big pile of dirty clothes where she's overworking.
He's just such a piece of shit. It's awesome. Like he will do nothing for years and will not lift a finger for anybody. And then the second the doctor says you can't be walking on this foot or you're gonna have to get it cut off, he's like, I gotta go to Timmy's.
No, the funniest thing he said last night was recalling a story to Spike where he said he took a swing on it at the vice principal because he was in his office for skipping class, and the vice president said, "If you lost weight, you get to class faster."
Yeah, he said. Yeah, that's why I watched this, because he'll let
Kenny
something
Powers,
slip like
dog.
that. He said he was a bad kid in school, and he got called in for cutting class, and then at some point he kept giving him shit, and then the vice principal said he would get to class faster if he lost weight. Then he took a swing at him, and he got suspended for 10 days.
I'm imagining that as Walton Goggins' character on Vice Principal saying
It's
that.
it's like generational trauma. Like he was missing class because he was playing Unreal Tournament with his dad's 50-year-old friend down in Louisiana or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
He had a
that guy got killed
78-year-old
by
woman
That guy
girlfriend.
got killed by Katrina. He couldn't play Unreal Tournament with him anymore. Oh no.
And also, you know how he was, how CJ had the job at the candy factory?
No, but continue.
Yeah, he had a job at the candy factory.
Tester?
It's not funny. There's nothing funny about it. There are no jokes you could possibly make
I'm
about
not
How old is
laughing.
the candy factory.
How old is CJ
But-
now? Am I allowed to laugh at it?
18.
Okay.
But Fat, he said yesterday, so CJ is trying to get his first job.
Wait, what happened to the candy factory?
That's what I was saying.
Volunteer.
So I guess he just got fired the day one, and they're like, it didn't even count.
Volunteer.
As a
Because
tryout.
I thought they were talking about him working at the candy factory, but now he's trying to get his first job.
They had a
No,
phone
I think
interview.
one of
Then he
CJ's bullies told Faye, "Hey, I saw your son getting a job application for the candy factory.
getting tricked that your own son had a job.
Hey, man, how's the jerk
No,
store
your son's
going?"
a candy tester. I heard you got a job as a candy tester. Let's go.
What?
Your parents are mad at you because you keep coming home with tons of candy, and it's just your cover story. It's like, actually, I started working at the candy factory, and so I
Yeah, actually,
I just
I
get
made
to,
this.
like-
I made
I have
this.
store credit.
Anything I make, I get to take home.
Yeah, these are the ones they messed up.
Hey, CJ, I heard you got a job as an anchor man. No, I said anchor man.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, yeah, no way.
Let's
Oh, let's go.
Let's go. I'm the late.
go.
CJ's got a new job. They're putting him in a barrel and making him go over Niagara Falls 4 times a day.
Oh, Brownie,
Man,
the
he's so
let's go.
I'm proud of my barrel boy. Let's go.
listen.
Barrel boy.
Maja.
They've been through enough.
Punishment,
This isn't
Donkey
funny.
Kong.
They have suffered so much.
I'm just laughing at CJ not making it through the candy factory.
And if he
orientation.
ever met us in the ring, he'd beat our asses.
Bro,
right.
they probably had tests during orientation at the candy factory where there were like these delightful, delicious treats sitting out, and he had one. They're like,
Yeah, that's like they had a phone interview and they hired him, and then he showed up for his first day, and they was like, never mind, no,
No, we
CJ,
didn't know.
No, actually,
no.
he didn't get past the phone interview because he heard it was the candy factory. He started moaning. Sorry, everybody. Sorry.
Sorry, we're trying. We're doing our best.
We're learning and growing every day. We'll be better on
Hey,
107.
Hey, I'm fat too. It's okay.
Ew.
Luckily, there's us, the Family Guys.
The Family Guy. Oh, Peter.
Luckily for us.
Oh, Peter.
Oh, Lois, we're going down to the Krabby Patty to get a Krusty Krab.
Peter, you son of a bitch. Stewie
We're going down to the Krusty Clam.
Stewie Griffin.
Stewie
It's me, Brian Griffin. I'm the dog.
I'm a douche.
I'm a dog.
Fuck you.
Hey, it's
Hey.
me. I'm Quagmire.
Everyone check out Family Guy Sundays on Fox.
Yep, check it out.
Maybe the.
Bet.
Maybe the...
I love how Outlaw does. He does a certain thing with his fingers when he's doing
When
a
he's doing
voice
voice.
acting thing. Where he puts his fingers up like he's. I don't even know how to describe it
Like he's
through a podcast format.
He's a
but
puppet
it's like
master.
It's like
Yeah.
he's grabbing a pair of tits that are like perpendicular to each other.
It's like he's
and
trying
flexing
to
them.
he's trying to like tickle a giant minotaur in front of him.
But he does that whenever he does a voice.
Yeah, check him out. Check out Outlaws Generation.
Yeah,
He's so fucking stupid.
check out Outlaws Genital Nation.
Genital irritation.
Genital irritation. Check out Fatty's genital irritation. He got one of his nuts rotted off.
Maja. Check out Maja.
Check out
He
Maja.
scratched
They
it
also
too hard
have a
and one of
black
his nuts
plague.
fell out like cracking an egg.
Who else could we promote? Check out Purple Crafts or whatever the fuck her name is now.
Yeah, Purple Crayons is that woman who has 14 kids in the background. She's supposed to be
She's the
watching.
lady on The Simpsons that scratched her back with a sponge on the stick.
She's supposed to be watching someone's kids, and she's like, "Get out of here! I'm on StreamYard."
She runs a daycare called Who Care.
Remember to get your pets spayed and neutered. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Your radio is set on cruise control. Get set for another 45 minutes of non-stop rock and roll. At least 10 great rock songs back to back, guaranteed.